Hey everyone! So, we are currently 4 to 6 months away from the move. The reason why there's a wide range there is because we're not sure if we're going to leave at the end of April at the moment or the beginning of July. There's a lot of moving parts we have to figure out, but regardless, it is happening. We've already spoke to our landlord. She came over here 2 days ago, and she's pretty much getting most of her tenants out as it is because rent has to raise by quite a bit. Right now it is 2021 and the real estate market is inflating like crazy along with everything else. And I had a hunch that that was going to happen. I really did. I mean, months ago I had said that repeatedly, like, it's going to go up. We're probably going to leave. Or she might try to sell, because everything around here is selling for more than double what it was selling just a year ago. So I had a hunch that that was going to happen. And so anyway, I told her, we're planning on leaving, just wanted to give you a heads up. And she was like, oh, well, actually I was planning on asking everyone to leave. So we had a really great conversation. She was here for 2 hours. So regardless, this chapter is coming to an end. And we do not plan on being in the States. The plan is to be in Costa Rica. And the plan is to be there forever. But that said, we are going to rent a place for 3 months first, at least. So we have kind of a pseudo contract right now. Nothing's written in stone yet, but about February is when we plan to make that a little more concrete once we have some things figured out. And that way we can at least rent in the area that we think we want to buy for 3 months and make sure that we love it as much as we think we do. We've visited several times now and we've loved it every time, but I know there's a difference between having a vacation somewhere at a nice tropical, vacation resort, Airbnb, eco resort, things like that, and then like actually living there. And it is a rainforest, and it's wild. It's the most biodiverse place in the world, which is beautiful and amazing, but it can also be kind of freaky. A lot of things out there to kill you. And we plan, there's no electricity down there. You have to be off the grid. Would have to have solar panels, have to have a hand-dug well. The roads are not paved. There's going to be a lot of hardships that we'll have to adjust to. We're excited about, but I just want to test it out and see what's it like in reality and not just my glorified Pinterest version of it in my head. So I don't have much time to figure this out, so we're already trying to sell and declutter and get rid of things. So yesterday I decluttered our bathroom cabinet, and it was a weird thing because I know I've got 4 to 6 months. So I don't want to have no NyQuil or no Tums or no ibuprofen. But I also knew I had more than what I needed for 4 months or 6 months. We're not going to get that many colds. So I've already bagged some of those medicines up to give to my family. I mean, literally more medicine than we needed. Still not expired with the seal on it. Not broken. I mean, just like, why do I have a surplus of NyQuil? Actually, I think I might have bought a bunch whenever the pandemic first began, and I thought we'd be like, everyone would run out of medicine or something. Media. So, anyway, I'm like, I have the house alone for the moment. My husband took the girls out to the park to play with some friends, so I thought I would just kind of make a video update of like where I am with this at the moment. So, I mean, just in this room, because the rest of my house is a mess. I have some paint cans here that my landlord just brought by because I wanted to leave the place nice. One, obviously we want our security deposit back. It'll be a helpful bump. But really, she's been an amazing landlord, and we got this place right by the beach for a steal of a price. And she could have raised the rent way more on us. And having such low rent and staying so well below our income level allowed us to save and invest in order to get to this chapter. I mean, her having affordable rent for us, it's just been huge. So I don't want to be a jerk and leave this place a mess. I mean, it wasn't in fabulous condition when we moved in, which is why it was so affordable. And then you have 6 years with little kids. There's a lot of scuffs and dings and like here, take a look at these baseboards that I'm really embarrassed about. Let me get down close so you can see. See how kind of scuffed up that is? And the walls are that way, you know, in the kids' room, Vera drew on the walls and Magic Eraser only did so much. So I just want to kind of give a fresh coat of paint to everything, which first I need to get rid of the furniture. So, you know, I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, we gotta sell it, we gotta sell it, we gotta sell it, all the things. Where am I with my light here? Sell it, all that stuff. Yeah, so I have here my last bit of, you can't really see me very well, my last bit of Christmas clutter. I've decluttered almost all my Christmas things, but then I have this one dresser full of little knick-knacky things that I still enjoyed. And we still have like some traditions around with the kids. They love their little advent calendar. The majority of this I'm going to give to my sister because she likes that kind of stuff. And she's always wanted my leaf paintings I did. It's kind of crooked, but I'm going to give her that. She's coming this weekend, so I'm like, I have so much stuff like, here's boxes full of clutter for you. Congratulations. I'm going to have to get rid of the rest of my ornaments. I'll see if my sister wants any of that, but for the most part, I can just get rid of most of it. And yeah, I gotta ask my husband. I guess we'll bring one guitar. So we used to have, I think, 8 guitars in this room hanging. And when we really got ramped up with decluttering, we got rid of all the guitars except for 3. Honestly, the blue one, I just begged my husband to not get rid of at the moment because I love the color. I'm obsessed with blue. And then he is a bass player. I met him playing bass at the band. So he plays that occasionally, but he really just is more into acoustic now. So I have a feeling we'll just take this one guitar and then sell the bass and the aesthetically pleasing vintage blue guitar. And the giant mirror I'll have to sell. I'll probably give most of my plants to my sister. And I love my little white ceramic wall hanging planters, so they're going to be some of the few things that I'm going to try to take with me somehow. And also I love my leather poofs. Let me see if you can see that in the light here. Is the light worse or better? Anyway, it's like that. I love this, and it's full of sheets and towels right now. So I can do that probably somehow in the packing, pack some stuff in them and keep them. I love this one. It's from Australia. And that's it of what I'm going to keep out of here, I think. Yeah, so I'm kind of like doing that right now. I'm just like walking around and like cataloging things in my brain. I'm looking at the hallway and I've got all these frames and pictures and art. And so I'm probably going to just get rid of most of that, like keep the pictures maybe or scan them. I'm going to sell that, donate that. So yeah, I'm literally just walking around my house doing that. Sell, donate, trash, me. And for the most part, stuff is just not worth selling. I did list today. Went to the very back of my closet, pulled out my maternity box just in case I had another kid. I'll get more in the light here. And it's been a couple of years. I don't see that happening. There might be one more baby when we're in Costa Rica and we're settled. Maybe, but maybe not. But if I'm down there, it's going to be a totally different climate. I will be dressing in a different way. I just don't think I'm going to want these maternity clothes. So it's time to let go. So I pulled it out of the back. And I had recently decluttered my maternity clothes to make that box. I'd gotten rid of all the junky stuff and the stained things and pilled fabrics and stuff like that. And I just kept like the nicest one in case I got pregnant. These would be the ones I was glad I kept. And so now the ones I have are still quality ones. So I listed those on Facebook Marketplace today. I'm going to give it about a week or 2 and see if any of it sells. And if not, I'll donate it. Not worth keeping it around. But right now I am excited and nervous, and I am about to sit down and make a list of things to do. I've been listening to a lot of YouTube videos from other people who have blazed this trail ahead of us, and learning just little things that might have been obvious to my husband but hadn't occurred to me. And I'm really the planner and the packer and everything, so like I need to know this stuff. But whenever you buy your tickets, whenever we decide whether we're doing this April or July, we have to get our tickets, but we also have to get our tickets out of the country because we can only be there for 3 months. So we need to do a border run somewhere, Panama, Nicaragua, or do we want to come back to the States? Probably not. But so we have to get through, to even get there, you have to show that you have a return ticket already set in place. So I need to figure that out, and just, gosh, so many little things like that. I was just listening to a YouTube video about shipping, because really the plan is we're going to each have 2 pieces of luggage that we can take on the plane with us, and that's it. So 8 bags. What can I take in 8 bags? And I'm really not attached to very many things except for my clothes. I do love my clothes. And I have decluttered them so intensely over the past 5 years, 6 years. So many rounds. So I'm really to the point where I go through my closet and there's very few things where I'm like, that I think I'm going to let go of. And I have been obtaining clothes over the past 5 years, knowing I was going to move to Costa Rica. So I've been getting things kind of in that style. I live in Florida now, so it's a similar climate, so there's not going to be a huge change, but we do have colder winters here, so winter clothes I can get rid of. So that'll make some space. But for the most part, it's mostly summer here in Florida, and it will always be summer down there. So for the most part, most of my clothes, I really like them, and I want to take them. But as far as furniture, I have emotionally let go of most things that were antiques or gifts from my mother. Those were really hard for me to work through, but I made that breakthrough, and I'm not attached to those things now. So, but yeah, shipping. I think we're going to eventually, and this is part of the stuff I have to figure out, we're going to eventually ship my husband's tools and his toolboxes. So for those of you who don't know, he's always been an auto mechanic, and retired this year when we hit our financial independence goal. But he still works on cars, and when we're going to have a car down there, and he'll be able to fix anything that happens, but he needs his tools in order to do that. And also, he is a woodworker, and he plans to build literally everything down there. We're going to build our house, we're going to build our furniture, absolutely everything. And so he's going to need all these woodworking tools and saws and things like that. So we're going to at some point have to send a shipping container or a pallet or however that works, which I'm currently trying to figure out. And I guess we'll bring it to a port, I don't know, was it Fort Myers here, Miami, or we might be doing it out of Mobile, Alabama, and shipping it to Costa Rica. And I'm trying to decide if there are any things that I would want to ship, like those leather things I just showed you. Like, do I try to take that with me first run, or do I wait and send those in with the toolboxes? So there's a couple of things like that, and but otherwise I'm just doing this weird dance of what do I want to have around for the next 4 to 6 months to live, and to live comfortably. But also I don't want to be doing all of this in the last 2 weeks, trying to sell everything then. So I'm in this weird limbo stage, I want a couch to sit on for the next 4 months, but do I need this lamp? I don't think I need the lamp. I could get rid of that now. So anyway, there's just a lot of that. And the other weird part, mentally with this decluttering in this stage, is that first 3 months is a trial run. So we're giving ourselves this trial run to decide if we love it or hate it. And what is lingering and lurking in my head right now is, well, what if I hate it? And now I've sold everything. And what if I like totally freak out, and I'm like, I need to come back to the States. I want my life back in the States. And will I wish that I had kept some of these things at my mom's house or my mother-in-law's house, you know? But then again, I'm most likely going to love it and continue on with this plan that we've been working towards for 7 years. So would that be horrible if I put boxes at their house and then took up their precious square footage for my junk, you know? So there's like this like internal battle of what do I store in the U.S., if anything at all. And so it's this like slow letting go feeling, you know. It's hard. It's not easy. And I've been doing this intentionally for years. I call myself a minimalist, and I still have so much stuff lurking in the closets. And I still am having to do the work and having to ask all the questions. So it's interesting. I'm looking over here at my books right now because I'm going to have to let go of what's left of our books. We don't have many left. Oh, it doesn't let me flip it. Okay, so I'll turn it this way and show you. You see that? Spanish verbs. Then all my books on like Stoicism and Walden, which is like a true minimalist right there. He did it first, right? Yeah, I just recently went through books again and got those out of like, hey, this little stack of books would be really good to read over the next 4 months. And then I'll probably take the Spanish books with me and then give away the rest. So, yeah, it's happening. It's real. I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of work to do. A lot of things to get rid of. Wish me luck.